Good.
Okay, we're on.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to our team's Zoom meeting. This is the first time all of us have been together in a Zoom meeting, so I'm so excited. Okay, so, of course, I'm Cassie, you know that. And we have Karen Barber from Vancouver, Canada, we just learned. I didn't know it was Vancouver. That's awesome. And Shauna, I almost said Leonetti.
It's okay.
Well, that's her main name. We went to school together. So Shauna Finks now. And you live in Charleston, right? Charleston, Illinois? Yeah. And we have, let's see, I have to swipe over. Denise Hooten. Am I pronouncing your last name right, Denise?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. She is from south of Chicago. What is the name of your city?
We're in Oak Forest.
Oak Forest. That's right. Yes. And
Yeah, about 30 miles south of Chicago.
Okay. What's really funny, Megan, is I've never met Denise, Karen, or Vanessa in person, and we've been doing this together for years. Like, Karen hopped on, let's see, is it about a year?
Yeah, I was January of last year.
Okay, yeah. So it's just funny how we can be talking. I mean, I talk to these ladies more than I talk to some of my own family. So I've never met them in person. So we're really excited for convention for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, that's so fun. Well, anytime there's an opportunity to get together, it's like this fun reunion. Because then you meet people for the first time. You're like, oh my word, we're real people.
Yeah, and not just a profile picture on Facebook.
Exactly.
Yes. And of course, there's Megan, who I went to school with. She's from Oakland as well. We've known each other a very long time, almost as long as Shauna and I have known each other.
That's so fun. Okay. Well, are we ready to start going through maybe some of the answers to the questions?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. So, would it be do you want me to share any of my story, or what do you feel like would be the most helpful? I guess we didn't talk about that.
Absolutely. If you want to highlight, I'm always inspired by your story, and I don't know that anybody here has heard it. Maybe Denise. I'm not sure. Or
yes,
I'm not sure.
I don't.
I'll just share a little bit of my perspective. In line of the business part. So I heard about plexus a year and a half before I ever started, and I was a big no way because I thought it looked like weight loss and an MLM, and I was like, no thanks. But the girl that I had heard about it from, I had like followed her in health and wellness for like 10 years or more, and I really trusted her. But I was just like, what is she into? And I didn't see the need for my own health with blood sugar balance. Like, I knew it was important, but I was like, well, I'm not diabetic. At least not yet. So I guess I don't need that. But I was in the midst of my own health crisis and was working with a naturopath, and she helped me heal from mold toxicity. And I had horrible gut issues, and she basically helped me heal my gut and overhaul my diet. So I'm a big proponent of like what we eat matters. And she just worked on root issues like toxicity, gut health, and nutrient absorption. And so I just started to see plexus on Facebook by different people that I trusted, but they were educating not about weight loss, but about gut health. And I really tracked with that because of my own health journey. And I wasn't 100%, but I was so much better. And I just had my 5th baby and was kind of in that postpartum phase. And I was like, my blood sugars are really, really weird. I'm constantly feeling shaky. And I like the fact that it's targeting gut health. So I messaged every person about plexus that I knew. I don't know what I was thinking, because then I had to pick someone to sign up with. But Carrie Lutz was like the follow-up queen, which Jessica Heffley had trained her well that the fortune's in the follow-up. Like, you just have to keep following up. And so she wasn't annoying or pushy. She just was like, kept plugging me into information like, hey, can I send you over some more info, or what'd you think of what I sent? And then finally she's like, hey, I have a promo for a spot. Do you want the spot for this promo? And I'm like, sure, I'll hop on. I want to get started on the products. But I was also very interested, like kind of secretly interested in the business. I did not give her much information at all with my thoughts. And we we didn't really have the system of like, you share the business opportunity when you sign someone. And I didn't know to like post on Facebook. So I just secretly started the products, quit 2 weeks in because I thought it was tanking my milk supply. But then I found out that my baby was tongue and lip tied. So I got back on the products, and I felt like I was kind of redeeming the hours that I was sitting and nursing the baby. And I would just plug in and listen to YouTube videos on how and why the products worked. Really built my belief, because it was like, oh my goodness, people need this. Like, I think that this could really benefit a lot of people. And so it was kind of one of those things where I just threw it out on Facebook and was like, well, I'll just see if anyone else wants to try it. And it was kind of an organic, natural thing for me to share. I had kind of helped people with their health prior to this anyways. And so it just made sense to me. And so, and when you binge watch product videos, you kind of accidentally start watching some training videos too. So it was I was just like, this is a no-brainer. I could share, get some people started, get the family on high quality supplements, and get, my own products paid for. It's cool. So I kind of dabbled my way to silver. I didn't go to silver very quickly. Hey, Vanessa, welcome. So I kind of dabbled my way to silver, but there was 2 things that happened. I went silver. And as soon as I went silver, I was not in dabble mode anymore. I was like, I got a paycheck. Game on, how do I get to gold? And how do I get there as fast as possible? And then, so what I did basically is, as quick as I could, I got to gold. And this is about the time that Cassie joined, I think right after I went silver. And I ended up signing Justin up. And he was kind of skeptical at first. And he's like, well, I'll do the products, but I'm not sharing. But then I signed him up. And he started to share with people at work, because I saw him drinking the pink drink, and he's like, yeah, my wife is doing this stuff and it's helping her with her health, and, our gut health, and our son's eczema went away. And they're like, okay, cool. How do I start? And so he would basically just funnel people to me. So he kind of talked to people in person. And so we ended up growing 2 businesses kind of accidentally. I went gold as quick as possible. And then we just started funneling people under Justin to get to gold as quick as possible. And then it was like that phenomenon is like success loves speed. If you guys haven't listened to Eric Worre talk about how to recruit 20 people in 30 days, that video is really interesting. And that's kind of what happened. I didn't add 20 people in 30 days, but I started adding people as quick as we could. And naturally, that's when some runners popped up. Some people just kind of caught the vision, or they just saw me sharing on Facebook about plexus, and so they're like, well, I guess I'll share too. I'll tell my people if it doesn't work. Wendy Lawson actually said, I'm going to share whether it works or not. I'm going to tell them if it's working or if it's not working. And so that's, anyways, that's a side note. So the second thing that totally built my belief was that I watched Jarrett Abart's Diamond documentary. So if you haven't watched any Diamond documentaries, go binge watch those. You'll see that there is no one demographic. It's not like tall, blonde women in plexus. There's like all different sorts of people, and old people, young people, professional people, and people that were working, just, everyday jobs, right? So I think that's what's encouraging, is there's lots of different types of people. But what I saw in Jarrett's Diamond documentary is that they had time freedom, they had financial freedom. And I didn't see it as much as an opportunity, like a money opportunity, as much as I saw that they built a life, and that they built this thing to provide a choice, to provide choices for their family. And I was kind of at the time single momming it, and we had a lot of boys, and I was like, I don't want to be a single mom raising all these boys by myself. Like, we were apart more than we were together. Justin worked a job where he was commuting 1 to 2 hours just one way to get to the job, and he was a road construction supervisor, so he wasn't making bad money. He was making good money, but he was just never home. And we were like, there has to be more to life than this. Like, we were kind of in that gratefully discontent thing, and where he had kind of hit the lid in that company. And so we were just kind of praying for an opportunity. Never in a million years would have dreamt that it would be like something like network marketing, but it's been such a blessing. And I just want to say, like, for us to be in plexus right now is huge because of the global expansion that's going on. I know Jessica Heffley posted in the Jules thread yesterday that because she was just out at corporate, she's like, they are putting the right people, like not schmucks, but like really highly professional skilled people to do the international marketing for Plexus, because the global expansion part is coming down the pike. So anyways, I just wanted to say, like, for us all to be in Plexus now is huge because of the outlook of what's coming. So anyways, I did want to talk a minute about faith and belief, because this business definitely takes faith. And when I look back to when I started, my faith was really tiny, but I saw that the products could really benefit people's health. And because the products work, this business works. And the people, like, I didn't know when I joined, but like, it's the best in the industry. The leaders in our company, the owners, like, their integrity level is really high, and that's something that I really value. And just getting to see corporate, and that this is like a big deal that we're in this company. And I feel like the new wave of network marketers also is changing face because of people like Bob Heilig and network marketer trainers that are really helping the next generation of our people in our industry to be people that are servant leaders, that are value adders, that are just the type of people that everyone wants to be around or be like. And I feel like that's kind of the wave of network marketing. So anyways, that's kind of a little bit of perspective there. But also, I feel like belief and mindset is really key to success on the business end of things, because I was listening to Tara Castaneda talk about kind of the 4 pillars of Plexus, just like faith, or belief, mindset, and a couple different other things. But she said, we create a cloud around our business by what we think and what we say. And we all have an internal dialogue that's constantly running. And I feel like human nature is that a lot of times that dialogue tends toward the negative. And what we're thinking and what we're speaking over our life, not just Plexus, but just our life in general, I feel like creates a cloud around us, right? And so if what we're saying and thinking is not faith building, if it's not belief building, if it's not positive and full of affirmations of even saying things in faith that aren't yet here, right? That's a crucial part of growing your business and ranking up, because what we think about, I know this sounds kind of out there, but what we think about, we will create. And so if you're thinking like, oh, I can't do this, oh, I'm too old, oh, there's, this or this or that, right? Whatever that head trash is, like, we really have to get rid of it. And I will say the key to not getting in a funk, because if you're in a funk, your business will not grow, is to be feeding your mind with positive things. I mean, I'm a huge, I encourage people to, like, do their affirmations, pray, get in a quiet place and just think your thoughts and be still, to have some reflection time, or if you read your Bible or read some sort of personal development book, like, that's super crucial. Because if we want life change, and lives to change, right, we have to initiate that. And so it's one of those things where we have to create that, and we have to become the people that are the influencers, that are the leaders. And I did not come into Plexus with much of a skill set, a little tiny belief, but I had a big willingness to try and to not quit and to be consistent. And I feel like if you have those things, you have what it takes to be successful, because anyone can grow their influence. Anyone can expand their skill set. Anyone can push past fears or hard or uncomfortable things, right? And so this brings me to the topic of events. And I would say that has been one of the most one of the biggest contributing factors, I feel like, to our success has been making events a priority. They're never convenient. They do cost money. That means I'm arranging childcare for 6 children. Like, I understand, like, it's tricky to get places, but because of those things, it's poured so much belief, so much encouragement into us. And I remember my first event, which was, I did not go to convention my first year. I would have been a silver ambassador, but I was committed to this business, and I was willing to learn. So I ended up earning Leaders Retreat that fall, which was in Washington, D.C. And I took 2 children with us. I had a baby strapped on me, but we made it happen. And I remember going around and asking people, like, hey, what's your top tip? And the one thing overwhelmingly that we heard was, don't quit. You will be successful in this business if you don't quit. And it's always stuck with me. And I was talking to Justin today about convention and why it's important. And I had someone say to me, well, I saw people last year that went, and then they ended up quitting their business. Like, it didn't even help them. And Justin's like, well, people pay gym memberships all the time. And you have some people that are committed and they work out and they really make it happen. And you have some people that buy a gym membership and they never use it. So it's kind of like what you get in, what you put in, you'll get out of it, right? If you really invest and go to the classes and do the work. The thing is that you cannot duplicate the belief you get from an event. And things happen at events. There's mindset shifts. There's like big picture perspective that you get. You get to rub shoulders with the most successful people in the company. You get to hear more people's stories. Because I feel like sometimes if it's just us and our little cluster of people that we've helped, we have a very limited view of Plexus, right? But if you go to an event where there's thousands of people whose lives have been like changed, because either financially, physically, or both, because of Plexus, it is so belief building. It's hard to even put into words, but there's a lot of energy. I mean, when that many people get together, and people in Plexus are high quality people. Like, they're people you want to be around. Like, if you want to be successful, you want to hang out with successful people that are going to inspire you, encourage you, pull you along, so you're not quitting. You're going to keep doing this thing. You stay up maybe till 1 a.m. And sometimes it's not even Plexus talk. Maybe it's someone that's like counseling you on your life. Like, that's the type, Cassie knows, that's the type of people that are on our team and that are in Plexus. Like, I get so inspired, because it's like that saying, we'll be the same people this year as we are next year, except for the books we read, the people we meet, and I would add the places we go. Because when I look back in 2018, Jessica Heffley said, what's been the biggest thing that has like added value to you this past year as a person? When I reflected on it, it was really the books that I read and the people that I was able to hang out with or meet for the first time. And so anyways, I feel like at events you get tools and you get poured into and you get belief that you can't get if you don't go. I mean, you can technically listen to some of the recordings or something, but it's not the same as being immersed in that culture, right, for a couple of days. And Justin, I was writing some notes when he was talking to me. He said, this is the bottom line. If you don't go, you miss out. And also, like, we just like really encourage people to go. And he's like, remind people that we don't get paid for help for people, encouraging people to go. I think sometimes people think we get paid or something, but we just know how life-changing it has been for us. And so we want other people to experience that. So that's my plug for convention, why to get registered. And also the perspective that this is a business. Like, it doesn't look like a brick and mortar business, but like any field where you want to be the top of your trade, you want to go to that one convention each year. Like, that's like the all-stars game, right? That's the one thing you don't want to miss out on. So anyways, that's convention. So let's talk a little bit about fear, because I think this kind of relates back to the whole thing about belief. Because, okay, so the fear of talking to family and fear of rejection and then having to see them in person. So, okay, I'll just say that anything you feel, I've felt, and I guarantee you Cassie has felt. And so it's one of those things where it's a mindset thing and a perspective. So I recommend, and this is something I learned from Ray Higdon. So if you haven't listened to any like professional network marketer trainers, go look up Bob Heilig and Ray Higdon. They're both really good trainers. And I feel like because they're guys and they're like super cool, nonchalant, like, I'm like, yeah, that's why you're successful, because people feel like they're your best friend and like they don't feel pressured, but the way they explain things, I feel like takes the pressure off. And so in light of talking to family or even just close friends, Ray said, hey, you just let them know what you're up to. Like, hey, dude, this is what I'm doing. I just wanted to let you know in case you're kind of interested in looking into it, or you know of someone that this could totally bless or benefit. But he said, like, with close people, you want to let them know what you're doing, because this is my regret, is that I didn't tell the people in my close circle to do this with me. Like, I regret it so much. My closest girlfriends and none of my sisters, they don't work plexus with me. But I just had the mindset of like, well, they see me on Facebook. If they're really interested, they're going to come to me, right? Because I had that thing of like, I don't ever want plexus to come in between a friendship where people feel like they have to be working plexus with me in order to be my friend or to be like a good sister, like, because I don't think that. But because I know how much the products have blessed my health and other people's health, and I know what this business does for people, is that at this point, they're like, well, you've recruited the world. There's no place for us. That's the mindset I feel like a lot of my close circle has. And so they view it as unattainable now. Like maybe at the beginning they would have been like, no way, I'm not doing that with you. But I feel like I should have gone to my closest circle.
It's not true though. It's not necessarily about who they know, and maybe it is. It's about who the next people down know, you know. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what we run into, like Shauna and I and some others, you know, that it's saturated. But we're at a point now, in my opinion, that people have fallen off and they want to try again. And this time around, it's possible that they may try with you. Mm-hmm. They may have dropped off of Megan and dropped off of me. It might be time for you to get them, Shauna. Like, mm-hmm. And you might be to have the coaching or the personality or whatever it is that they click with for it to actually work, you know.
Exactly.
So sorry, that's my 2 cents.
It's good. Feel free to chime in anytime. Okay. I think too, the people in my circle also have this mindset like, oh, we have 30 mutual friends. So that means you already talked to them all about plexus, and that's really not true. I think people, my close circle, and I feel like I still have a huge warm market that just hasn't joined, but there's been people, different friends. Actually, honestly, I don't have, there is a core group of people within a 2-hour radius that do plexus, but I would say like there's teams all around the United States. It's not, and the world is big. Like go to an airport. I was in a couple airports last weekend and I was just like, there are so many people in the world. And Facebook and Instagram, social media like opens up the world to you. So when people are like, oh, my network is tapped out, or, oh, well, you already signed up all the people. That's really not true. One, it's not true. Two, I'm constantly seeking to grow a new network, because if you live an interesting life, if you're adding value to people, you're going to naturally grow a network, because that's what we do, right? We're looking to add value to other people. And so anyways, in light of fear of talking to family, I would say just do it. Well, if you have to do it scared, do it. But my mindset is, well, I just want to let them know what I'm doing. Hey, you may or may not be interested, but this is what I'm doing. I think you really should do it with me. Like for a close friend or a family member, you could say that too. The other thing is, if you know that they have health issues, do not take them off your list, because at some point they're going to see that they're like, well, I'm ready now. So it sometimes family a lot of times takes the longest. They are so skeptical, I guess, or they are afraid that we're doing something that may not pan out or something like that. But if you are bold and you are confident, we have all the research and the information on the products in the world. So we have every reason to be bold and say, you know what, hey, you may or may not be interested, but I really believe that this could be the thing that helps you. And it would be an honor to me to help you with that. So I would say just be bold, be confident, know your stuff. And my aunt asked me about the probiotic. She's like, well, why is that one different? And I happened to be in person with her. I was mortified because, hello, crunchy mom. I was like, Let me get back with you on that. Because I didn't really, I mean, I had researched it for myself, but I didn't know how to clearly articulate it. And so it was like a learning lesson for me, like, okay, I need to like at least have a little bit of information of why it's better. Because I know with my circle, they're going to be like, well, why is BioCleanse a better magnesium than Natural Calm or something I can get at the health food store?
Mhm. Mhm.
Did you want to chime in something, Cassie?
Well, the only thing I was going to say, there's been one person in my family that I reached out to that I was literally, my heart was pounding. I was shaking. And I never to this day have gotten a response, but I just want to encourage you guys. I don't regret it at all. And I still hold this person in a high regard, and I've seen him and we've talked, and I don't make it weird. You know, I'm not going to be like, you didn't respond to my message. What's up with that? You know, he may have been busy. Who knows? Who knows what the scenario is, but I just want to let you know that I've never regretted reaching out to someone close to me, even though I was fearful. So I think removing myself from the equation has really helped me a lot too in my reaching out with family. Remembering that how I used to feel. It's hard to feel scared when we're serving others and when we're helping others. Like, if you make it about them and not about you, sometimes your fear kind of just dissolves. That's my only input.
That's really true. I think also Wendy taught me to assume the positive. They're still thinking about it. If you could see they saw your message, they're just thinking about it. And I think too, it's only weird if we make it that way. Like, I remember having a conversation with my sister, and I think for her, like, for other people, maybe they think about it like, oh, I never got back with them about that, you know. But for us, I mean, whatever. It's like what part of what I do is I reach out to people. And if they're not interested, that's fine. But one thing that my conversation with her is I kind of changed my wording to like give people an out. Not that I'm apologetic, but to say, you know, hey, this may or may not be for you, but I wanted to let you know about this. Or, hey, I was curious if you know of anyone that this could totally bless. You know, Plexus is helping people with, you know, gut health stuff, autoimmunity, blood sugar imbalances. Do you know of anyone that you could connect me with? I'm just trying to spread awareness of what we have, because this wellness community is like, you know, we're wanting that to expand and really wanting to share with people. And I remember also a conductor that I had for an orchestra. He said, if you're nervous, that means you're self-focused. And I think I think of that a lot of times because I'm like, you know what? Because it's not about me. I think forward to when they're going to come back and thank me for sharing Plexus with them. And I distinctly remember when I would get scared in my first year, I would say, you know what? I would say to myself, I would just look forward to when the people would come and thank me for sharing Plexus with them. And I have people that quit. I think some people, I mean, it's kind of like the bathtub. You're always going to have people coming in and you're always going to have people going out. And we can affect that retention rate by 3 things. We can help them by troubleshooting with them and helping them have success on the products, helping them plug into our community and culture, because if people feel part of something, they're not going to leave. And then the 3rd thing is helping them go sober. Helping people get a paycheck keeps them. Like Logan or Jake, I mean, both of them have run statistics, and they just said that's like a clicker for people. And he kind of talked about that today. If people are making money and their products are getting covered, they're going to stick around. So how to overcome discouragement with new people, or when new people quit or stop. And so I'm going to actually screen share because I feel like this is really helpful. And I thought that this would be a good thing to just pull up really quick. If I can get it to move, let me see. Okay. So this is a document that we have on the team page. Can you all see it? This is one of the documents that it's in the files of our team page. Emily Gibson did an in-person training for her team about systems, and this is part of the system that everyone should do, but basically follow up in the first 30 days. So you'll schedule each of these touch packs into your phone. So 1 week, which is 4 days after they join, you know, check in with them. Hey, did you get your products yet? And that's when you send the dosage recommendations. And maybe you have recorded a little video on, you know, how to take your products, things like that. And then on week 2, you ask specific questions about, hey, are you getting in a good rhythm? Do you feel like you're taking your products consistently? Are you drinking your water, going to the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day? And then, you know, if they're responding back to you, you can help them troubleshoot or answer questions. And then week 3, I think, is so intriguing because this is when we ask, hey, are you having any increases in your sugar cravings? You know, my 3rd week, I noticed they came back. And so if the answer is yes, you troubleshoot by having them increase ProBio 5, increase their water, increase BioCleanse as well. If they say no, you say, hey, if you notice anything like fatigue, sugar cravings, bloating, you know, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And so I know Emily Gibson said, if I have reached out to them these 4 times consistently, help them troubleshoot, even if they didn't respond back, I feel like I've done my job. And I guess that was so wonderful for me to hear from her because I have people that go MIA. And I don't like that because I want to have people have good results on the products. But I found that when I sign up people over the phone, I have way better results with retention, sharing my expectations and what they should expect. Also, I get to ask them like, hey, what's the best way to contact you? Because some people don't use Facebook Messenger. They literally like to use their text message or email. And so I just like to ask questions to them. And I feel like signing up over the phone allows me to kind of go through that system with them. And then this is if you haven't checked this out, this is a really helpful tool, this Road to Recruiting, where it's basically the questions that we need to be asking. And it's the system, exactly what we learned at Super Saturday, is the send, share, invite system, where we're basically asking permission to send a video, and then you send that through the tool. And then essentially they are selling themselves on what it is because they're repeating and verbalizing back to you what is intriguing to them. So, I mean, that's huge.
Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
The one that you just displayed, I haven't found that one. Is it in the back office?
It's on our team page under the files.
Okay.
And it's near the top because it's actually a file with those 4 documents in there. I feel like that's just a really good set to have.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will get that into our group chat, guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Really quickly, hey Shauna, what do you feel? You know why? Are you talking about Brittany? Or are you talking about Melissa? As far as the new ones that quit, you know how to unmute yourself.
Oh, here.
I got it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, both of them. I mean, Brittany, I have a close relationship anyway with, so it wasn't any issue with communication. With her, it was more about expense. And I just find myself, and I don't want to come off harsh, but it's frustrating because I'm always very upfront about costs and everything associated with it. So, I mean, it was a few month process with her to get her on board because I was very, like I said, upfront, honest, like if you aren't going to be able to give it 60 or 90 days, you're not ready yet. And then with Melissa, it was a whole different story. It was kind of got crickets when I was trying to follow up with her. And I never know when I'm coming off too strong or being too invasive, if people just want left alone, or she had trouble with consistency with taking the products, which, you know, I didn't want to bug her every day, which if that's what it would take, because I would do that. But yeah, so I don't know if that answers your question or not. So it was kind of 2 different scenarios, but I don't know if they were ready.
Yeah. So one was economical reasons and one was just not quite ready to. But Brittany loves the products and she loves
does.
the way it feels, right?
And I don't think she necessarily gets the support at home, like the encouragement. Do you know what I mean? And I try to be that for her. But yes, like I said, it's just one of those things. It's hard not to get frustrated when you want it so bad for people, but you just don't know what makes them want it as bad as you do. I don't know. Because for me, it was like, I experienced so many good things. I was willing to make so many sacrifices to make this work because I knew this was it, sort of thing. And I don't know how to instill that well into other people yet, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry to be invasive. I just was
it's okay.
Maybe pick Megan's brain about what she thought about those two very different scenarios.
And people are so different, and I'm learning that. And this is a learning process for me as well. And it was hard at first, especially with Melissa, to not take it personal because everybody can benefit, obviously. We know that. But she's just, if she could just give it that commitment, it'd be life-changing for her. And I don't know. You can't want it for other people, and I'm learning that the hard way, I guess.
Right.
So, yeah, learning to not take it personal, I guess, was more so my question. I understand discouragement is kind of part of it. Yellow personality people,
Yellow personality probs. Do you think that Brittany would be open to holding like a private online event to help her go silver?
Possibly.
If we did not all the work, she'd have to invite the people she knows and loves, etc.
Yes.
But I don't know. Go ahead.
It would be worth looking into for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know she loves the products. She believes in them, and she trusts me. She has, and that's really what got her on board. She knew other people from her hometown who have promoted the products and she never would try it because she thought, oh, it's just another gimmick. But she trusted me and saw how much I had changed. So
yeah, and I even saw her post about it, and she had quite a bit of love on that post, like that we're not just Plexus people.
She did.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had to learn to kind of take the emotion part out of it because I felt like I was so emotionally invested with every single person. I wanted them to, and it's just like you can't make people do anything. You can only be there to help and support. And people restart because sometimes they get off the products and they're like, oh, maybe they were helping on me more than I realized. So, when people quit, I'm like, all right, I'll be back. It might take a couple of years, but you'll be back. And I always try to keep that relationship like going. I'm not perfect at it, but like even if people fall off the bandwagon, just to like comment on the Facebook posts or check back in, even just on a friendly level. So yeah. And one thing I learned from Abby Kappa, I was just listening to a video of hers. She said when people make their first post, work that post for them because not every single person some people are just self-starters and they know that if they get a like or a comment on the post that they made, they'll like go message the person like, thank you so much for liking my post. Hey, have you tried Plexus yet? Right? But Abby Kappa was saying, go work that post for people. If they're either like, meh, and they aren't really doing anything, she's like, friend those people, talk to those people, and sign them up under that person so they go silver.
Sure,
so
yeah. Every single person that commented or liked your Plexus post, keep a list of those people because they're watching you and they're interested. Most people will just scroll on by, even though they're intrigued and they may possibly be 100% interested, they won't comment or like. And that's what I found discouraging sometimes. Like, no one would ever like my Plexus posts, but then I'd get messages out of the clear blue sky, and I still do. Okay, what do I need to sign up? And I'm like, you've never liked any of my posts. You've never even responded to my message. But it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting that that's what she does for people that have made a post. So you guys could go bump that post by commenting, and it'll put it back in the news feeds. And you can just say, hey, Brittany, remember that post you made? What if we worked with those people that had liked and commented on that and see if we can help you do the fresh start? and that will give you a return on your investment. It'll help pay for your plexus products. And then if she's good with that, then I offer to do an event. Like I help people. So basically my system with people is I sign them up over the phone as much as I can. I talk to them about staying consistent, the expectations, things like that. But then what I'm doing now is I don't hang up the phone or message them without asking them, hey, what are your thoughts about sharing? And just see what they say. So that I open that conversation. And so like the girl I just signed up right before I got on this call, we signed her up with the Wellness Essentials pack. So it's that $199 pack. And she's like, oh, what is this? It's Slim Down and the Fast Start. And so I'm like, oh, this pack qualifies you for those things. So if you want to join in on the Slim Down Challenge, or you want to do the Fast Start, you can make $422 if you share with 3 friends and they hop on board with you in your first 14 days. So it opens up that door of opportunity. Like I didn't even know. She's like, oh, there's a little like rocket ship. So I'm like, oh, it must be, that this pack qualifies you for that. But it totally opened the door for me to share that with her. And I'm like, that's like a really good return on investment for helping a couple friends do it with you. So I opened that conversation with her. It wasn't uncomfortable, but I did not do that in the beginning. I signed up so many people, so wholesalers, and I never broached the subject with them. I just had the mindset of if they're going to do it, they'll see that they need to post on Facebook and they'll share with their mom and their BFFs and people. But a lot of people are not going to naturally do that unless we're like the little sparkers and initiators of that. So from there, if they're willing, I help them make a post and I literally send them what to say. So all they have to do is copy and paste and put a picture with it. And then I help them work that post. And then if they've done that, then I say, hey, how about if I host a little online event for you and you can invite your friends, family, and people that you love, because I feel like those events are worth a month's worth of consistent posting. Like it just condenses it all into 1 hour, and usually they can get some people started. So that's my system for getting people started with helping them start strong on the products, but also broaching the question of sharing, because like we learned at Super Saturday, it's me plus 3, but it is also them plus 3. So helping our people get a couple people started, because every single person can help 3 people. I mean, not every person is going to, but if we have the mindset to initiate that, we're going to help more people go sober.
Yeah, they'll hit the ground running.
Exactly. And then I also like the send, share, invite. That's so simple and so duplicatable. And I did a power half hour with a couple of my new people, and I just helped them send their first 5 messages. Well, it wasn't their first, but send 5 messages that day. But it was eye-opening, because I found that when I did it, sometimes I was referencing that we had chatted before about, you know what I mean? So you kind of have to take those message examples and maybe tweak them based on your conversations. Or like Cassie and I have been doing this for a couple of years. So of course, most people in our newsfeed know we do plexus. So, but one of the messages that I use that was super simple is just, hey girl, do you mind if I send a quick video over? I'd love to get your feedback. I sent that to girl. I want to sign up for the business. And I mean, we've chit-chatted back and forth. Like she hasn't made the leap yet, but I literally didn't explain a whole bunch. I just said, hey, if I send you a video, would you give me your honest feedback? And she said, sure. So I sent it over and I need to follow back up with her.
Which video did you send?
That's always the big question I found when I have asking these questions and then they say, sure. I'm like, which one do I send?
Yeah.
It kind of depends on the person, right? So I ended up sending her the one with Abby Kappa about the opportunity, and Julia Carty, where they just adopted the baby.
Okay.
I feel like it takes a special person to get the one that Jarrett made with the women that were crying. Did you guys watch that one?
Yeah, but it touches on the products and the business. So I'm like, that's my favorite one right now.
That one's so emotional.
It is.
And for some strong business type people,
right.
I'm like, I don't know if they would feel like it's too sappy.
True.
But I like that one, and I know the people in that. And I did send that one to a couple people yesterday. But I feel like that's a super simple, duplicatable thing where we can be helping our people. If we're sharing this business, that's the other thing, is I feel like if we're only sharing the products, we'll end up signing up a wholesale team, which isn't bad. But if you want to grow your business, you also need to be reaching out about the business and also posting about the business, because people only know what we share about Plexus, right? It's not like they're reading it in a magazine or whatever. So I feel like giving a balanced view of not just products, sick people. You also want to be attracting to you people of high influence, go to the high influence people, go to the people in your network that have big networks. Kristen Abar has a legacy team in Plexus, and a lot of those people on that video that was so good are her people. And she said she was smart about her business because she reached out to people that were better than her, and she got them on her team. And so I didn't have that mindset when I started. And so if I could do it over again, I would be very choosy with going through my Facebook friends list, and not just like randomly message people, but like talk to people in my circle that are high influencers and tell them why I think that they would really do well with Plexus, and would they be open to learning more about it? Or, hey, could I send over a video, right? Because then the video can speak to them more than anything we could say because it's third party, right? As for your Canada question, I'm going to have to plug you in with Jake or someone that can kind of explain Canada. I know Angie Amberzetti has a lot of Canadian people, and so does Amy Booker. So that might be helpful to connect with some of those gals about Canada.
Okay, I am able to order 5 products for personal use. Like I can order MetaBurn, I can order Slim HC, I can order ProBio 5, I can order Mega X, and I can order the kids vitamins. But I can't market that for a wholesale customer. You would have to be an ambassador in order to be able to buy those and have them shipped to Canada. The only other way I can do it, and I was telling Cassie, I have done this, is I've driven to the US. I've driven 45 minutes each way to a drop box in Washington State. And if I have it delivered to the drop box in Washington State, I can order anything on the US website. I can order any of the products. But I don't have Accelerator, I don't have Boost. So there's a few products that I don't have. So I was just trying to figure out, like when Cassie asked me to figure out a question, I just wanted to be able to respond to customers or prospective ambassadors and tell them, sort of why we can't offer that product or something like that.
I've been curious to know that as well. I don't know if I want to know the answer. That's why I haven't asked it. Why don't they allow those products, Megan? Do you know?
Well, I did read an article. Obviously, it was online. There's an ingredient in the Accelerator that Health Canada doesn't agree with or doesn't.
Correct.
Yeah. So whatever this ingredient is.
Okay.
I do know there's a Canadian Diamond. So, I don't know if you just have to, can you have customers? Or you're saying people need to be ambassadors to get all the things?
The thing is I cannot sell MetaBurn to a wholesale customer. It is not offered on my Plexus website. Like when people go to my Plexus website to see my products, MetaBurn is not offered at all.
Preferred customer.
You mean, preferred customer.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be an ambassador to get that. I do know that. Same with ProBio 5.
Yeah, same with ProBio 5. I can't get that either.
I don't have an answer, but I can try to get one. I know that I made a post on the team page for Canadians But for whatever reason, I don't know, my internet's weird. It's like not coming up. I'll try to tag you on that.
Okay.
Because that might help answer your questions.
Yeah, because I know like before the warehouses opened in Canada, I was able to order everything just like you guys do because it all shipped from Scottsdale. But once they opened the warehouses in Canada and did the official launch to Canada, my products now come from Ontario. So like halfway across the country is so when I order products, I usually have to have at least a lead time of about 10 days. It takes me about 10 days to get my product because of where it comes from. It comes from obviously just above you guys, and it's coming way over to the West Coast.
Hmm.
I can order from Scottsdale. I can order products from Scottsdale and have them delivered to Washington State in 3 days.
Wow, I'm just got by that.
Yeah.
That I understand that it was an improvement that we launched Canada, but that's a unique situation where that was not an improvement there in that particular.
No, definitely not an improvement.
We took a few steps back.
For just obviously I'm plugged into all the team pages and whatnot. And so when I sign up a new ambassador and then I plug them into the team pages, then all of a sudden they're going to be talking about MetaBurn and they're going to be talking about all this stuff. And then they're going to be, well, why can't we get that? And then I'll just have to show them the back door of how you get it when you're an ambassador.
Mm-hmm. I just found it and I tagged you in it. So
yes, I saw it come up on my phone.
Also ask Amy Booker because they're close to Canada. So yeah. Should we talk really quick about goals?
I have a.
Oh yeah, sure.
I just wanted to add: is it illegal to? Is it considered illegal to have like accelerator? I know you said selling it, but are you allowed to use it and consume it? Like, I'm just curious.
Well, basically, when I came across the border, like when I was going down to the U.S., he said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going to pick up a package." And he goes, "What's in the package?" And I said, "Some supplements." And he goes, "For resale?" And I said, "No, for personal use." So this was the U.S. border guard asking me this before I even went into your country. And then I drove down, got the product, and then when I came back to Canada, she asked me, she said, "How long have you been down?" I said, 5 minutes. She goes, "Where did you go?" And I said, "I picked up a package." And she goes, "What's in the package?" And I said, "Supplements." She goes, "For personal use or for resale?" I said, "For personal use." She says, "Do you have a receipt for this?" And I said, "Yes, on my phone." She goes, "Okay, be on your way." Now, I don't know if she would have taken it away if it would like, or she could have potentially asked me more questions. Like I said to Vanessa, I said, I don't know what they would have done. I mean, worst case scenario is they would have said, "This is not admissible to Canada. We're taking it away from you." Or, I don't know.
I was just, thank you.
I know that we're right at about an hour. I know we got started a little bit late, but do you guys want to talk a little bit about goals? Would that be helpful? I know you guys have us some big goals for 2019.
If you don't mind, girls, ladies, just shout out one at a time what your goal is and put a date on it. What do you want to be by when?
I'll go first. I mean, obviously, I've hit silver, which is great. It's wonderful feeling. I would like to be gold. My 1 year is actually not until the end of May, so I'm just about to 8 months. So, I mean, a year from now, it would be great to be gold. I feel like it's obtainable. I definitely have a lot to learn still, and I think learning how to be an encourager and help other people, members of my team, go silver and beyond, and not have that I have to do all the legwork all the time might be helpful. So yeah, I mean, that's a huge goal of mine. I would like to be able to have my whole family on the products, and in order to be able to do that, I need to have a little bit more of an income to afford that, you know. Having a vision and positive mindset to go along with that. And I know Megan had mentioned positive affirmations, just keeping that mindset day to day and not being so discouraged when people maybe don't see it like I do, I guess.
Yeah, getting out of the fog.
Yeah.
Those earbuds are great too. Just put one in while you're working out, doing dishes with the kids, whatever. And yeah, I think also giving, like, letting that have power over us, like that discouragement where it's, I mean, I never like it when someone quits or whatever, but I don't want it to like debilitate me, or even like the rejection. I feel like this business requires us to be strong in spirit, right? And so that's why I think like it's so important, like the positivity and the affirmations and things like that. But yeah, your gold goal, you could hit that in May. So I mean, that's very doable. I definitely wouldn't say by next year at this time. If you're working your business consistently, you can be gold by May.
I need to work on reaching out and following up. I know I need to reprint my Facebook list because I've kind of tried to expand and grow. So I know I've definitely added more people. So I need to kind of go through and reevaluate that. But I also need to work on being better in person because I still get that kind of deer in headlights. Like, I know the information, but I don't know how to say it well yet in person. You know, I can type up a post on Facebook, but voicing it in person, I get very intimidated still. Something I need to work on because I have a market for that, and I'm just not putting myself out there how I need to. So.
My battery's about to die on my iPad. So Megan and I were talking last week, and we were talking about my goal, and I said something, and she said, "There's no reason why you can't go gold at the end of the month." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm going gold at the end of the month." And what I do is like, so I printed up my Facebook, you know, the thing like that, and then every single day when I add new people, I have a planner that it's called a planner. So it's got all different, you know, affirmations, and I've got all this stuff in it. But what I've done is I just got blank, instead of reprinting your page, every single new person, I just actually hand write them on a paper that says that says you've got a new friend. I add them on here. As soon as it comes up on my Facebook feed, you have a new friend, I contact them. And actually tonight I sat, after dinner, I had a client this evening and I quickly made dinner. I sat and I just, everybody that I had talked to recently that I added, I invited to our happy half hour tomorrow night.
Right.
So I'm literally, as I say, adding people. I'm not adding 3, I'm adding 6 people today. I actually added 12 because I missed my 6 yesterday. But like I said, I write them down, I connect with them right away. And I'm determined to go gold. I'm determined to help my team go silver. I'm Karen and Teresa Marie and all my team are saying I want to have my products paid for. So I mean, they wanting it, and I'm putting everything out there. I gave them the info on the new stuff from Super Saturday, the send, you know, the videos. So I have a bunch of people that I want to send those videos to as well. I have started sending some of the videos. I just need to figure out what videos to send to whom as well. So it's kind of hard to think about. Like, I have a lot of clients that I don't know, that need to lose a lot of weight, and not a client, sorry, friends. I belong to this like wine club, and they have all seen my Facebook posts. I've reached out to them, and a lot of time I just get crickets. And so now I want to send the videos to them, but I don't know which videos to send. You know, should I send the product video, or should I send I actually quite like, what was it, the one, I wrote it down earlier. Is it the what was it called? I'll tell you in a sec. The empowerment one.
Okay.
I liked the empowerment video because it talked about kind of the business and the products. And it's only 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes. So maybe I'll send that one. I don't know. Oh, shoot. My battery is like down to 5%. That's going to croak any second.
Well,
But,
my goal, obviously, I've been one of those people in Vanessa's ear going, Vanessa, I need to get my products paid for. I've been doing this for a year now. I pay for my products every single month. And so something's got to give here. I love the way I feel, but I have not been consistent with sharing. I've shared a few times, but this is not my first network marketing opportunity. So I know what I have to do. It's just getting out of my comfort zone. And so I've really been enjoying the book study with Justin. I've been
that's been a good one.
And making notes and trying to since Super Saturday, I've connected with at least 3 people a day, which compared to what I was doing is, well, it's not quite 10 times, but it's definitely more in the, the 3 to 5 times more than what I was doing before. So
Absolutely.
I have
that's great.
3 people invited for tomorrow that I've been working with and talking to, over the last, 2 or 3 weeks. And, I've started posting more, motivational stuff and, posting more. I don't think I've actually told anyone in any of my posts that it's plexus, other than I've put pictures, like pictures of the products or something like that. So nobody's, a few people have asked me, what is it? And then I'll personal message them, just kind of like what I was taught to do. But now I can add the video. So I've been sharing videos as well. So I'm working. I'm a slow learner sometimes, but I'm a consistent and determined person. So I know I'll get there. I don't intend to quit, but.
And Karen has the vision, like she said. Karen and I have known each other for long. We did massage therapy and aromatherapy together in Canada like 21 years ago.
Exactly.
But Karen's done network marketing before, and so have I. And so we know what the residual income is all about when it comes to network marketing. And I know Karen won't quit because, we're going to get her to silver, and she's coming to convention with me. We have our room booked, and
I'm already booked.
She's signed up, and I've already got my airplane ticket booked and everything. So,
well, I booked my ticket, and Vanessa and I booked the hotel room. But I said, let me go and ask for the time off for holidays, because I said I don't want to go all in and then have all of this money. So. I was prepared to, lose the convention money, and I was prepared to, pick up my half of the hotel room. But I went in and my boss said, yeah, you can have that time off. So I already know what flights I'm going to take, but I haven't booked them just yet.
Awesome. Well, you guys can earn convention prizes too, because anything that you do towards a rank up, you're helping yourself add 3, and then you're helping people add 3. That's going to count for convention credits. And registering for the Slim Down and Super Saturday, that all gives you credits too. So don't discount that. If you're working your business, they're going to reward you in credits, which is fabulous. One thing I would say really quick: have you contacted your dirt list? The people that would buy dirt from you if you ask them.
I don't think I have a dirt list.
I had only a few people on my dirt list, and unfortunately, they were not open to what I was trying to promote at this time. So, they're still on my list. And
they'll come around. And the other thing I would say is let Cassie host an event for you and do it.
Yeah, I want to do an event pretty soon.
Yeah. That fresh start thing would be really advantageous to you because you're not silver yet. So you'll get your silver bonus, plus you'll get your fast start or your fresh start bonus. So
For Karen.
yeah, for Karen.
Yeah, yeah.
For that. So that's a motivator.
Yeah.
to get that done before the end of the month. And you can do it. It's honestly, it's about contacting enough people, because it all goes back to numbers. I mean, people aren't numbers, but it's like your funnel. If you reach out to X number of people, there's a certain percentage of them that are going to say yes and translate into a sign up.
And we need to follow up with Colleen again, Karen.
I tried opening dialogue with her last week about nothing about the business. I started talking about holidays and a cruise ship and stuff and she was ghosting me when I was talking to her about a vacation. So I don't know.
She ghosted both of us. We got ghosted.
I like that. We used that this week. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
You ghosted me.
Yeah.
Better than crickets.
But some people say that when they meet, well, Vicky, she's not on yet. She said she gets ghosted by guys.
Oh no. So like a no call, no show kind of thing.
Yeah. So sorry, I had to plug my iPad in, so I'm standing in a weird spot. But
well, thank you everyone so much for taking time out of your evening. I can't thank you enough. I love these face-to-face things. And Megan, thank you very much for your wisdom.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, feel free to reach out.
Cassie, do we have Cassie, do we have an order for tomorrow night?
Yes, I will send that out in our message thing if that's okay with you. Okay. I'll be introducing and telling my story first and kind of giving it a briefing on how the night's gonna go. And then so we'll talk about that offline.
Okay. Okie dokie. You guys have a good evening.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Good night. Thank you. Good night.